what's up, guys? We are over here at Vulture Equipment Works in Illinois, in a disclosure location.
Undisclosed
Vulture
HQ, right?
With Will, which kindly enough took us for a big tour of the facility. They have different products, mainly knife, but they got also slings, some cool survival stuff.
Yep.
And so far I'm really impressed. You know, guys, I'm not a big knife expert, but for what I've seen over here, like always, I might end up buying one of those because I'm really impressed. So without any further wasting of time, Will, why don't you talk about a little bit about your product? Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks guys for tuning in. We're here at Vulture HQ. We're going to go through a couple of the different knives that we make. Our weapon sling, and if we've got time, we'll go through the fire starter and stuff like that. Also the extreme lube. I'll have to quick run out and grab one of those. I don't think I grabbed one. So our liquid freakiness is launched. This is like the first week of launch. It's been really well received. So we'll talk about that, and I guess we'll just jump into the knives, right?
Okay, cool.
So we've got two fixed blade knives at this minute in the knife and tool line. And a lot of people get really polarized about the naming of, you know, the product. Okay, so let's go over that really quick so that everyone can kind of understand. When you build a brand, you kind of have to build something that's, you know, a little bit more than, ABC 123. Oh, that's got a model number of DD24, you know, like whatever, right? So we kind of we have a lot of fun with the naming of the products. Okay, so the first one, grab one of these guys here. So this is the Talon. It's 3/16. You can see that. It's 3/16. It's 150. It's CPM 154. It's got a real heat treat on it. We were talking earlier about the heat treats and that. So when we send all of our knives out for heat treat, we don't do them in house. We don't take the knife, stick it in a propane forge, and then, you know, stick it in a bucket of donkey snot to cool it. I think it's really unprofessional, and it doesn't give the customer a real knife with a real heat treat. So our knives are certified 60 Rockwell all the way through. Now, that's a good thing, and it's a bad thing. So let's talk about the good. The good is that you'll hold an edge a lot longer, okay? If you drop the knife, you know, or do any type of hard work with it, you're not going to have critical failures in the tip. And that's very important, you know, to a lot of guys that are depending their lives on the equipment, because that's what we do here. So Vulture Equipment Works makes expedition grade adventure accessories, flat out. That's what we do. Military and high-end expedition stuff. So the heat treat really has to be solid, and that's something we take a lot of time and pride in. But for the most part, you know, the knife is a knife, right? So this is more of a modern military style. It's CPM 154, 3/16 stock. It's all machined by us. This is built by us. We send it out for heat treat, like I said. We have 1/4-inch stock of real USA linen micarta. So we can say the micarta name, all right? That is micarta is a trade name. So, you know, you see a lot of guys on YouTube and then they say like, oh, we can't say the M word. Well, I can, because that's what I buy. I only buy the finest raw goods here in America. We've got red G10 liners, bolts and barrels. So it's a 3-bolt main. And we're holding about a 1/2 thou tolerance in our fit and finish. So do you need that in a knife? You know, we were talking about that earlier. No, you don't. But when you start a company, you start building a certain way. And then that build quality, that build mentality or philosophy gets carried on all the way through the product lines, right? So that's the Talon, and this is currently the Mark III. This guy here has got that micro satin feel that you thought was a coating. This is just raw steel, and it feels just like a Teflon or something. But that is just raw steel.
Yeah, it kind of remind me a little bit also talking with, you know, it looked like a Nibex, you know, if you know Nibex product on guns. They got that nice feeling. I'm assuming it's also very easy to keep clean and everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole idea, is to keep the knife polished, but still have a satin reveal to it, so that you're not, you know, it's not very reflective, and it hides a little bit more of the scratches than a polished knife would. But so that's the Talon, and it's named after kind of like the talon on the Vulture. Okay. Right. So his claws. This kind of reminds me of, you know, the tip of their claw. So that's why we call that one the Talon. Gotcha. And this is a modern military style. It's just under 5 inches in length, so your subconscious mind will actually transfer the extension of your hand, your arm, your hand, into the knife. Anything past 5 inches, 5.5 inches, you really start to get in that gray zone where you've got to pay attention to what you're doing. This is really kind of fun because the knife is actually an extension of your body. Anything past that length is just, it's getting a little long. So it's perfectly serviceable for all military applications.
It's also well balanced too. I mean, that's,
Yes, thank you. That's something else I wanted to show everybody.
I mean, again, I'm not an expert, but one thing that look is the balancing of the knife, how it feels on your end, which actually it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, we've engineered them so they're 50-50 balance, both knives. So I'm going to ask Chris to shut that door because it looks like our neighbor is doing some yard work. So we're going to close the door here real quick. So the other knife, this is actually past the military U.S. Army protocol for the BMF, or the basic military function, and went through SEER trials. So I mean, it's really quite a proven knife. And then we'll jump over here to the cholera. Same steel, same thickness, same this, same that. Micro finish on this guy too. This is the cholera. So this has got a little bit more of an organic flowing design, much like it was influenced by a Japanese Gyoto. All right, so that's where I've gotten that design. And this knife is probably over 35 years old.
Oh, wow.
Because I've been working on this. You know, you make little tweaks for your personal knife. Right? You make little tweaks, you make another one. You make little tweaks, you make another one. This one's really got a cool 4-in-1 handle, so it registers in the palm perfectly, just like this guy. We can close fist, we can regular traditional grip fist it. You can come back and come in this way. You've got a rounded butt cap, so I can take this and I can push into you. I can, dig or dive or do whatever I need to do. And if this is sitting in my sheath and I fall down the side of a mountain or whatever, if there's a skull cracker back here or whatever, it's gonna go right into you. You're gonna fall over and you're gonna tear your body up. And there's really no use for it in a user's blade, like in an expedition type blade or whatever. So that's what we chose to do there. The name behind the cholera and the talon and a couple of the other knives you guys will see launched here in the next year or so, they all come from a term associated with the entomology of the species. So believe it or not, cholera doesn't live. It lives in the belly of a vulture, right? To a certain point. So they can eat meat that's covered in cholera, right? So they actually help keep down the spread of that disease from spreading to mankind.
Oh wow.
That's one of their main characteristics of what they do. So they eat carrion, right? Diseased, rotting carcasses. They're garbage cleaners. They're garbage men. Okay. And you can kind of see it now. It's kind of not funny, but it's funny to watch how much of an impact we have on society and our ecosystem. Because now third world countries are having the outbreaks of cholera again. And there was never, we basically got rid of it, even in third world countries. But now you're really finding out that there's outbreaks of cholera almost everywhere because people are getting rid of the vultures. Well, it's a pretty important species. But so that's why this is named the cholera. All right, I know everyone's like, oh, it's a shitting disease. Oh, that's so gross. What's next? Ebola. You know what? Just deal with it, right? So on the Mark III, we took off all the big wording on both of the knives. So here you can see a Mark II. It'll actually say Talon Mark II on the side of it, whereas the new Mark IIIs, they're a little more on a professional level. There's just my maker's mark on the one side with the W, and then the Vulture head on the other side with steel and made in the USA. So that's basically the knife line. So we've, while we went to CPM, which is a powdered high-end stainless, we also did Cerakote. So that's coming new for the Mark III platform. So we've got 4 basic colors in Cerakote. We've got Magpul green, which is really kind of cool. It's almost like a World War II green. I mean, that is definitely a Euro World War II green.
Yeah, German.
No, maybe not so German, but definitely British and definitely Italian.
Khaki green.
Yeah. And then we do the flat dark earth. So we've got that guy too. And then past that, we had really fun. So we built a bunch of knives for a contractor. And he wanted everything blacked out. So we did military black oxide finish, and we had some overruns of those which sold out like fast. Because they had no markings on them. They were completely sterile, and they were black. So black, a side of black, of course, is tactical, right? So everybody jumped on it really fast. So we brought back the black. I was always kind of like, I don't want a black knife. It's stupid. Everyone's going to look at it and be like, oh, I'm going to go black ops on somebody. Well, I said, all right, fine, I caved in. We had too many people asking for it, so we said, all right, fine. When we do the Cerakote, then we did a black version. And these are the same colors on both the cholera and the talon. So we've got 4 different colors, and the 4th is gray. So that's a really dark gray. They call it sniper gray, I think. It's a Cerakote color. I don't know if you can kind of see the difference.
It might be a little hard with the camera. But...
yeah, we'll see if we can do a little bit of reflection full there. There you go. You can kind of see it. So we got black and we've got gray, flat dark earth, and OD. And that pretty much rounds out, you know, we've got new boxes now, so everything comes in a really nice Vulture box.
Nice packaging too.
Thank you. Thank you. I did that.
No, I mean, see you guys in general.
No, seriously, I did that. That was like my graphic and everything.
Well, it's important, you know. It's like this like not stupid thing, like merchandise and packaging. I think it's part of the deal, you know. It's definitely the product, you know. When
it has to have follow through, right? So when you have that follow through, the customer instantaneously knows it. So, you know, we've got all of our social media stuff here on the back. Yeah. Then when you open it up, it's really cool. It says, "Welcome to the brood." So a group of vultures is a brood. And inside, you've got your really nice, hand-fit Kydex sheath. This is all US as well. And we're using Raven concealments in the waistband clips, right? So this is totally ambidextrous, which is really fun because you can carry this on the outside of your belt, flip the hardware around and carry it inside your belt, or you can move it onto the left side. So that was really important moving forward because we do have a lot of customers that call up wanting a left-handed sheath. Sure. So instead of flipping hardware all the time, we say, you know what, we'll just give you 2 clips. You can mount it any way you want, in the waistband, out of the waistband, left or right. So that was really important to me. And then we've dressed up all of the bolts and the hardware. And you get color matching melt cord with your deal. And then inside you get a rubber Vulture patch, right? You know, because we're all patch whores. And you get a sticker, swaggage, right? And you get to follow us little card. This is really kind of cool. So you guys, when you buy a Vulture product, you tag us with this in the photo. So you just take this card, put it down, put the knife next there, or your bottle of oil or whatever, and take a picture. And you're automatically entered to win free swag and free gear.
Awesome. So that would be round up about the knife, right?
Yep.
Okay then, guys, we're gonna stop the video and we are going to move to the sling and the fire started and the other product. Okay, stay tuned. Thank you.